From strong smells and unwanted belly rubs to a shivering dip in cold water, when it comes to cats, there's quite a few no-go areas. Number 8. Invading their space. Cats are territorial beings, which means invading their little personal bubble is not the way to go. Perched up on a high shelf or lounging away in a distant tree, cats sure love their own space. Kind of like their private fiefdom, and just like us humans who don't barge into a room without a knock, well, cats are no different. So the next time you want your cat to socialize with your human friends, don't just scoop them up and try to force a friendly interaction. Instead, make your guest completely ignore the cat, as this gives your little one an option to tiptoe closer, do a wee scent mapping, and wait for him to be ready to make the first move. Number 7. Sticky substances. Cats are clean freaks, which means a sticky substance like tape or glue is just not their idea of fun. Remember, cat skin is super sensitive, and if your little one gets gooed up around her paws or sticks her mitts into something sticky, they are likely to lose sensation in those areas, which is why cats hate walking on sticky surfaces. In fact, same goes for sticky tape. So if you want to protect your fancy couch from a kitty onslaught, you can actually use double-sided sticky tape to keep the cat at bay. Number 6. Dressing up. Okay, sure, when it's Halloween, the sheer temptation to dress your kitty up is hard to resist. But here's the thing, while you might be doting over how cute your kitty looks in a Santa hat, for the most part, cats hate to dress up. See, cats are super sensitive about anything touching their fur, and not just that, they might feel suffocated, trapped, or unable to freely move. Dressing up can also lead to a sensory nightmare because a costume can potentially cover up their own self-scent, which they obviously love. In short, unless your cat is extremely chill and not averse to the smell emanating from the costume itself, it's probably best not to traumatize your fluffy sidekick with a silly costume they just don't want to wear. Number 5. Unwanted car rides. Unlike their counterparts in the canine world, cats are just not big on road trips. Wondering why? Well, cars can be noisy places. From the sound of blasting radio and buzzing traffic to loud serial honks, cats are easily ticked off by noise. Remember, cats are also more prone to motion sickness than your average pup, which means if you want to make this car ride fun for your little feline, you might want to use a calming spray on a towel or blanket in your cat's carrier to help your cat ease into their new travels. Number 4. Unsolicited touching. If you've ever shared a crib with a cat, you probably know that cats are all about that personal space. And while it's normal to want to smother your cat with all the love and affection in the world, unfortunately, cats don't always feel the same. Remember, these little divas like to be smooched on their own terms, so make sure to read between the lines of cat body language and give them all the space they need. In fact, did you know that cats particularly hate when you touch their paws, as their itty-bitty paws are actually full of nerve endings, making them super sensitive to touch? And guess what? By respecting their boundaries, you can nurture a special bond with your pet, one built on trust, respect, and care. Number 3. Dirty litter boxes. Turns out the idea of using a filthy restroom is as repulsive to cats as it is for humans. Remember, cats have a strong natural urge to keep their furs and paws nice and clean at all times. Plus, cats tend to have a sense of smell about 20 times stronger than a human's, so you can do the math on that one. In short, make sure you clean that litter box on a regular basis, as a neglected litter box not only leads to feline depression, it can also cause a number of painful kidney infections and bladder problems for your little furball. Number 2. Harsh grooming. Cats love to groom, we all know that. But did you know over-grooming your feline beauties can actually annoy the hell out of your little kitty? In other words, since cats are such meticulous groomers themselves, they probably don't feel the need for any extra help. And while your intention to care for them is genuine and heartfelt, keep in mind cats have their own self-grooming rituals, which are a vital part of their individual identity and well-being. Number 1. Unpredictable dogs. But hey, aren't we missing out on what is probably the biggest pet peeve for a cat? That's right, their arch rivals in the animal kingdom, dogs. And for as long as we humans remember, these two simply don't get along. And even though some cat breeds famously get along with their canine pals, others might find them to be a little bit unpredictable and a tad overwhelming. So if you want them to live under the same roof, you need to warm things up a little beforehand. From gradually letting them explore each other's scents in their own time, to making sure they have access to a dog-free sanctuary at all times, you might want to be smart and steady for this one. So there you have it, 11 things that your feline friend can simply not stand. But before we leave this boatload of new information, remember, every cat is unique. So while these might be general likes and dislikes, your kitty may well surprise you with their own quirky ways.